My father liked agriculture. He helped me get it, foster my interest in cattle. We were in 4-H and FFA, and he certainly loved cattle. And then for many years, we didn't have any cattle. And when I married my wife, Michelle, it was a chance to kind of get back to those roots.
When I met Craig, he, in brief passing, said to me, "Someday I'd like to own a farm." And I thought, yeah, okay, own a farm. That'd be good. I rode a horse as a girl and thought, okay, I could do a farm. I thought he meant a house and 5 acres, a nice little red barn and a couple of horses at the most. I had no idea he meant cattle and farming. I'd never stepped in a cow pie. I'd never been in tall grass for the most part.
But I said, we'll just go to the livestock auction and buy some. So we drove our pickup truck, put some pieces of 2x4 in the stakes of the bed and wrapped some rope around it and made our corral on the spot at the livestock auction. And by the time we were loading cattle, most of the people had emptied out of the auction ring and were watching these crazy people load up 2 heifers into the back of their pickup. But we made it home.
Craig left the next day and told me to halter break them, and he handed me a couple of buckets and a couple bags of sweet feed and some halters. And I didn't grow up with cattle. I had an Irish setter who was trained by the time I was 3, so I had no idea what he meant. I couldn't even figure out how to get the halters on them. So eventually, I told Craig that I had completely failed and that I couldn't do this. And so in a few days, we put them in a smaller place, and pretty soon I was able to halter break them and had them so they would eat right literally out of my hands, and that was the beginning of it all.
Well, the cattle have been a real blessing to us. It is a harder path. You've got to be here year-round, every day, whether it's raining or snowing. Last year, my son had to come in to help feed the cattle on skis because we couldn't get our truck in here.
Our kids did sports, our kids did scouts, but it's the lessons we've learned from farming that have been the most powerful.
I enjoy spending time with my family. Just the other day, Michael was kind of frustrated with me because I was going too slow. He wanted to go one direction, I was going to go another direction. We were going to get the chores done quickly. I told him, Michael, I don't want to do it that way. I want to look at the cattle, I want to look at the land, I want to spend time with you. I like spending time with you.
We've become quite the team because you kind of have to when you have a million other things happening all at once between the cows and activities, calves, shows, etc. You kind of have to work as a team, and so you start to build relationships and work together and realize, everyone's got to pitch in to do their part to get everything done, or it's not going to happen.
It's kind of soft when I grew up. In suburban life, life's not too hard. You get up, you go to school, maybe play some sports, but that's nothing compared to taking care of a herd of cattle where you get up 7 times a week, every single day of the year. If it's raining, if it's cold, if it's sleeting, if it's snowing, you have to go take care of the cows.
We lived in a townhouse, and to think about that life again is just empty. And it's amazing to see all these people who have cattle and they have dispersal sales and they get rid of the cattle. And a few years later, they've got a few cows back because they can't get rid of it out of their blood. And it's powerful. It's truly something that you do because you love doing it. And you love the land, you love the cattle, you love the process.